Sinbad's third voyage. Sinbad set off on a ship with merchants from Balsora. They traded at many towns and ports till their ship was driven off its course by a violent storm. The captain was worried because he knew that the island on which they had arrived was the home of a tribe of dreadful hairy dwarfs who came in crowds to attack and kill people. Even before they could understand his warning, the sailors had seen hordes of the savage dwarfs charging at them. Though they were only about 2 feet high, they were fierce and covered with reddish fur. The ship was trying to get away, but the dwarfs leapt into the water and reaching the ship, they scrambled up its sides. They took the sailors to a lonely island and leaving them there, they returned to their own island. The sailors were trapped with no way to escape. An enormous black giant. The sailors searched for shelter or escape. Seeing an enormous castle, they went inside, hoping to get some help there. Entering through the massive gates, they stopped, stunned by the sight that met their eyes. Heaps of human bones lay scattered everywhere, and a human being was roasted on a large fire. The hungry and exhausted sailors collapsed seeing this horror, completely frightened. They continued to lie there, silent and terrified. As the sun began to set, suddenly the floor shook and the place was filled with a loud thundering sound. They heard heavy footsteps coming closer and peered through the falling darkness. Their fear increased tenfold. The creature that entered the room was an enormous black giant with one glaring eye in the center of his forehead and long sharp teeth and nails like claws. His lower lip dangled loose upon his chin and he had huge elephant-like ears that flapped. The giant is blinded. The giant began to prod the sailors to select the fattest one. The giant poked at Sinbad but was disgusted at the thin and scrawny human. He selected a fat sailor and to the sailor's horror, he pinned him on a skewer, roasted him on the fire and ate him up. Then the giant slept till morning when he went out, leaving the sailors in despair. Every night the giant roasted and ate the sailors one after the other. The remaining sailors began to secretly plan their escape and secretly made rafts from driftwood. One night, when the giant fell asleep, 9 of them took skewers and blinded the giant. Roaring with pain, the giant tried to catch the sailors who hid themselves. The wounded giant charged out of the castle. The sailors picked up the rafts, ran to the shore and set sail. The giant, supported by other giants, hurled rocks at the rafts, smashing some. Narrow escape. Only Sinbad and 2 sailors survived to reach an island with tempting fruit-laden trees. They fell asleep, waking up to see a huge snake swallowing one of the sailors. Both of them climbed up a tree and stayed there. But that night, the snake ate up his friend too. The next morning, Sinbad made a kind of tent with pieces of wood and reeds to hide in till he could reach the shore. There he saw a ship and waved and shouted till the sailors saw him. He was fetched aboard, exhausted and ragged. The captain, who looked familiar, gave him fresh clothes. He said they had some merchandise of a sailor who had died. Sinbad saw they were his own goods. The captain was very happy that he was alive. They sailed to Balsora, trading on the way at various ports and cities, and then Sinbad went home to Baghdad.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.